It's LBI Region Report time, and boy, has this month flown by. And you know what they say, when you're having fun, time flies. And I think that when business is thriving, time flies even faster.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But in a good way, as we're just that much closer to counting down to Memorial Day weekend, which is at this point, we're actually just under 2 months? No, just about?
Just about.
Yeah.
And, this is a perfect time because Ocean County Tourism Board is having a survey. And we're really excited because we want to have our listeners participate in it. They want to hear from residents as well as visitors, or maybe you're a second homeowner, or maybe you're a business. But the Ocean County Tourism Board has partnered with Ocean County College to conduct research on everyone of Ocean County on behalf of the regional business community. So the Southern Ocean Chamber is working with the college on behalf of the Ocean County Tourism Board to help encourage participation for this countywide survey. This research is going to be conducted, like I mentioned, on visitors, on residents, on businesses, on nonprofits. Whoever wants to be part of this survey, we would appreciate it. The survey will list questions about customer preferences and thoughts of the area. It's going to be done completely online. It could be accessed on any mobile or desktop device, and it really takes about 5 minutes to complete. The participation is completely voluntary, and you can withdraw from the survey at any point. But the opinions shared are very important to the business and community leaders to better understand consumer habits. As we've been saying, certainly since the start of the year, that habits are changing and things are a little different in 2025. So survey responses will be completely confidential. The data from this research is going to be used to gauge local economic and tourism insights. So there is a link to the survey on visitlbiregion.com. You can go right to our coastal newsroom and you can find the Ocean County survey article, or the link on our social is also on there. So we do appreciate people taking time to fill that out because data is everything, right, Billy? You're a data guy. You understand that.
Yeah, you have to research things, and you got to know where you've been to truly see where you're going. I think, and that's so true in marketing. We're in a cutting edge kind of scenario here in 2025 where everything's changing, but you know what? Don't let the change scare you. I think that often we get overwhelmed by the change. So yes, data in 2025 though, data is still paramount. You need information. Back in the days of when the internet first, started and everybody's getting their blogs and everything, they all said content is king. Well, it is still true. If you're going to make a decision, you got to have the data.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's all got to be in context, right?
Yes.
So we're really excited because we have a great business joining us this morning as we're getting ready for spring, as we're getting ready for that summer season. Of course, we're going to have to talk a little bit about construction and maintenance and property management. And we have a great guest on joining us this morning. So we're going to bring him in out of the green room, right, Billy?
Yes, he was eating the brown M&Ms.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Bringing him back on.
And we're bringing him in. So we're really excited because, again, as we talk about, tourism, right, as we always do like to talk about, as we talk about tourism and doing the survey and getting ready for Memorial Day and getting ready for all the things that you need to do to prepare for that great few weeks, those fast-paced few weeks,
yes.
Planning is really the key for a lot of being able to enjoy most of your summer, especially if you own a home here in Southern Ocean County. So good morning. We have Charlie Berezansky of JS Pro and Property Management. He is the operation management and side of things, and he's going to talk all about it. And we're really excited. So good morning, Charlie.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So we're going to talk a little bit about JS Pro Property Management and JS Pro Construction.
Sure.
But first, we'll talk a little bit about you, Charlie.
Okay.
We're just kicking things off that summer's right around the corner, and I'm sure you're a summer guy, right? So
I'm a summer guy. Yeah. So
what are you excited about most?
So I grew up here, right over the bridge, And my grandmother had a house in Loveladies in the 80s and early 90s. So I was brought up living on this island for the most part. And when you say what I'm looking forward to, I guess it's just, it's seeing all my customers again. It's the great weather. It's, I don't know about the traffic. The traffic is going to throw me off a little bit.
That's
I
a
mean,
little bit of a, you have to get reacclimated to that every year.
yeah, we're used to getting back and forth from the north and the south, and in about 20 minutes, and that's gonna go about an hour now. So,
Yeah. Well, the lights are going to come back on too. So
but I
that's
love
that.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I
all
love it
about it.
I love seeing all the businesses prosper, and I love seeing new people come on the island. I think it's exciting the way this island is moving, and although it sometimes feels like we lose a little bit of what was special about it, I do think that we're constantly gaining new things as well, and we just need to embrace that. Um, but yeah, I'm excited about a lot of things. I play in a cover band. I play in the Pickles, which is a cover band in the area.
Fantastic
Yep.
band. A
I play with
fantastic band.
Thank you. I play with Chris Fritz, so I'm
Yep.
always juggling, weekend gigs. I'm kind of the weekend warrior because I've got, this wonderful career and this wonderful business. But yeah, looking forward to seeing all my friends and all our clients.
So I know, you've obviously JS Pro Construction, great local business. Can you tell us a little bit about the origin?
Of course, yeah. So the construction end, John Casal is the owner, and he's been in construction his whole life. His father had a construction business, and I think he started JS Pro Construction right around 2005,
Mm-hmm.
and was in home service, renovations, custom builds. And I think when the economy hit, he started going a bit more towards the commercial end. And I think by doing that, he kind of recognized, how much value is important when building homes. He really missed that residential end. So when Sandy happened,
Mm.
he was there to really kind of help with renovations and clean outs and new builds and reconstruction. And it kind of just kickstarted his love again for building custom homes. And he fell in love with Long Beach Island, and we went from there. So he's been building. And we've been building roughly 8 to 12 homes a year on the island, custom,
Sure.
uh, for the past decade. And we've been growing substantially. We've added a ton of team members and project managers and office staff and construction experts. And we've just really seen the growth. When you put everything into it, it's amazing how much larger you can get when you're constantly feeding the business, when you're feeding that entity. And we've gotten to a point where with those custom builds, we saw a lot of homeowners after we built them a bit unaware of what to do at that
Mm-hmm.
point. They kind of, they know of the landscaper, but they don't know the landscaper, or they know the warranties on a home, but they don't know how to shut things off.
Mm-hmm.
So we initially started with the idea of, hey, let's give everybody that we build for a warranty, and beyond the general warranty of what you get when you build a home and all those things that come with it, a warranty that means we're going to kind of be there throughout the year, and we're going to come by in the winter, and we're going to check the home, and we're going to ensure that everything is working correctly. I think the big misstep with a lot of construction experts on the island is that you find a builder and you build a home, and they say they're going to be there, and then they're building 40 homes a year and they disappear. And even though you have a rapport with them, I feel like over the years you lose that. And we really want to stress the importance of sticking with our clients forever. And I think that's a really bold statement from a custom home builder, is that we stand by everything we do and our value, and we trust that things will go according to plan, and we're going to be there every year in case something happens. But long story short, we felt the need to kind of provide these services to these homeowners, as far as ensuring they're turning their water off right, ensuring they're winterizing right, ensuring they know to take their screens off, and ensuring all the little things that go into home ownership, but also things that they might not be aware of, what to look for if something isn't right, what to look for if there's a storm and there's a leak, or an appliance isn't working correctly. All those things we didn't want to rely on them just kind of figuring it out. So we figured if we give them a good year and then we continue with that, that'll help. And we've just gotten to a point now where, beyond our custom builds and our clients that we're building for on the construction end, there are a plethora of homes on this island that are mismanaged in the winter. And I see them every day. I mean, I can't tell you. I drive down the boulevard and I look at every home and I see houses that are suffering. And I don't think these homeowners know it. And I think they really do care. They just don't realize that in the off season when they're not there, there is a lot that can go wrong with your summer home.
Well,
And you hope that,
it's interesting because a lot of the calls that we get at the chamber are homeowners that don't realize there's a difference from having their home where they live
yeah,
versus having a home on coastal New Jersey. And there is a lot of that's why we always say you need the local experts, because how you care for your home, how you care for your property, how you care what's inside and outside of your home, you
yeah,
really do need that extra knowledge, that external knowledge of somebody that can, we know what product to use, or we
yeah,
know how to fix that, or we know what service person can eliminate that risk.
of course.
And that is key to having, again, protecting your investment, but having a great summer, because you don't want to come into a home that thought you locked up for the winter
Yeah,
and realize that it could be anything. I mean, we've gotten calls about mold, we've gotten calls about rust, about
of
water,
course.
about critters. I mean, so having this plan that JS Pro Construction developed is brilliant,
Yeah,
because you are now basically saying you bought the house, you made that commitment, but it isn't the same. It's not necessarily apples to apples as maybe where you live full time, and you wouldn't know that.
yeah.
People just wouldn't know that.
That is very true. Yeah, I do think when you're on vacation, even if you own a home here, you want to feel like you're on vacation. I
Hmm.
mean, that's the reality. You don't want to deal with the
Absolutely.
problems. You have enough headaches at your other home, and you don't really want to come down and deal with that. So I think it's a balance of nurturing a home when they're not there and ensuring that, listen, homes near the ocean are they behave wildly different than a home in Summit or a home in North Jersey,
Hmm.
especially when you're really close to the water. These ocean
Hmm.
fronts, the amount of issues that come from that salt water, it's
Hmm.
extensive. But yeah, I think the reality is, I think, if you're a homeowner whose family has owned a home on the island for 50 years, and now you're knocking down grandma's house and you're building something new, you probably have a really good rapport with the neighbors. You know the area, but that's not always the case. We've got a lot of people now that are coming onto this island that are building homes or purchasing homes, and they don't have a lot of background. They don't
Hmm.
have friends on the street. They don't have businesses that they know the owners. They don't know construction experts and power washers and plumbers that are going to give them a fair value and a fair price,
Hmm.
who they can trust. So, really, it's a really cost effective way to not only ensure that we're going to be there usually every other week, doing site inspections. We're going to be emailing you reports immediately. We are doing things the most progressive way we can through technology to ensure that not only are you seeing what we're doing, but you're getting real time analysis of the
Hmm.
home. But beyond that, it's also being a friend who can help homeowners in need when they need a contractor that JS Pro can't help them out with. They need a good price on a home cleaner. They need to make sure their cleaners are coming at the right time. They
Hmm.
want to make sure that all those issues or all those services that are involved with a summer home, they're getting the best possible contractors at the best possible price. So the beauty of kind of being a construction firm and having a great rapport and an entity with all of these contractors on the island is that they trust us. And if I go to you know a a house washer or a cleaner or a plumber or an electrician, and I say, hey, listen, I've got a great customer here. They need this done. I feel comfortable with you doing it. Can we get a fair price and get a fair valuation on time? Uh, you know, I think those homeowners and clients can feel that they're getting the best from these people. And I think beyond just maintaining these houses and ensuring they're safe, there is that kind of friendly connection of, hey, I'm on the street. I know the people around. I'm
Yeah,
going to help you.
yeah.
Um,
We
so
like
I
to say we like to say you know a guy.
Yeah, we know a guy.
You
Well,
know
and
a
I
guy.
think I think the difference is for many years, and me and John had talked about this, and it rings true. But most of the guys, and nothing against them, I know a lot of them, they work from home. They work out of their truck. They're a guy that they know that comes and, oh, he's on vacation this week. He's not there. He'll come next week.
Mhm.
And we really never saw a real office entity on the island, a real substantial firm that when you buy a house or when you come on this island and you're aware now that somebody should be kind of keeping an eye on in the winter, there it is. It's the Wawa when you pull up on the bridge. We need a
Right.
sandwich. Where are we going? It's right there.
Right.
So I think just that reminder and that awareness that these services are needed, and they're inexpensive, and they're extremely important when you're not around. And I John will kill me because I'll use a lot of analogies. I don't think I've used one yet, but it very much, I look at a summer home very much, or any home, like your body, like medical.
Mhm.
I can trust that if I feel pain, I'm going to go to the doctor.
Mhm.
But we all know that some of the most dangerous ailments are the ones we don't necessarily feel right away.
True.
And that's the way I look at these homes. What potentially could be hundreds of thousands of dollars in a massive water break in a home could be mitigated by, a few $100s because I caught it that day.
Yeah.
So I want to treat these homes very much like a doctor, would look at you and say, listen, you're healthy, your blood's great, everything looks great. But we need to manage it. We need to be mindful that you're not always going to see a symptom. So yeah, there's just so many pluses to it. There's absolutely no negative. It's the one business that I really look at and go, God, there's just nothing that, there's nothing failing in this. It's, you order a great meal and it tastes bad. It's like, you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with being proactive on your home.
You really can.
I just want to make it clear that your management division will work on homes that you didn't necessarily build.
Of
correct?
course, yes,
You will
yeah.
work
So
on all homes.
yeah, the initial idea was helping our existings, but then
Mhm.
yeah, we want to help everybody on the island, whether we've built it or not. And a lot of those older homes are the ones that really need it. The ones that were built in the '60s and '70s and
Mhm.
'80s
Mhm.
that now need a new roof, and their third world appliances are starting to go, and the wind driven rain is starting to come in around the windows, and those are the homes that really need it. But yeah, I mean, it's just such a wonderful service, and we feel so passionate about it. And it's really, insurance is a dangerous road, but it really is a way to mitigate so many issues
Of course.
safely and quickly. When you're not around.
So how can people, obviously you could go to visit lbiregion.com and you could find JS Pro Property or
Yeah.
JS Pro Construction there, but how can they reach out to you directly?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways. Obviously, we have our website, jsproconstruction.com. We have our property management website, jspropm.com.
Mhm.
And then we've got our phone numbers. We've got Construction N 609 342 6000. And we have our property management phone number, 609 422 9466. You have my email, charlie at jspropm.com. So if you're driving and listening to this, make sure you pull over and write it down.
Write it down or replay.
But the
Replay.
websites are probably the easiest way. All of our information is on there. And great news. We just bought a property right near Wawa in Ship Bottom. So we're going to be building a wonderful office there. So we'll have a great big sign so people can come in and see me, and then we'll go to a pickles gig that night.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you have a lot planned. I know certainly you're getting ready for a very busy season for you and your team.
Yeah.
So is there anything else happening that we should know about before we sign off?
No, just that, I think it's important to just get an evaluation. I think it's
Mhm.
important if you own a home on that island and you are concerned at all about it in the off season. I think we are a really great cost-effective solution to help keep your investment safe. And we all know, unless something catastrophically horrific happens, your investment is only going to go up on this island. So
Yeah.
the idea of managing that when you're not here and trusting in the person that's doing that, it's vital to the life of your house and your family's enjoyment on the island. I've got 20 years of inspection experience. I've been in, I can't even explain it, probably 15,000 homes over the past 20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And I love meeting and talking to people and recognizing what they love about the island and why they live here. And I want to seed on this beach, and I just want to see JS Pro grow to be one of the greatest custom builders and property management firms on this island. So
Oh, well, it sounds like you're doing everything that's leading to that direction. And we want to thank you for joining us this morning. And certainly, if there is any questions about what Charlie could do for you and your existing home or maybe your future home, please reach out and get, as he said, at least an evaluation or an analysis
Yeah,
as you move ahead into your, you know, spring prep, summer conditioning, however you need to do to get everything ready for,
yeah.
Memorial Day.
Thank you. I want to say too, you guys are doing such a wonderful job. I've been in a lot of different chambers, and I really I'm really excited about Southern Ocean, and I
Uh,
really think you guys have such a great team. They can be daunting sometimes, and sometimes it just you get overloaded on information, and you just don't know where to walk sometimes in those chamber meetings, and
yep.
you guys do a really great job of kind of controlling that and making everybody feel at home, and giving everybody worth. And I think that I'm just really fortunate that we're a part of it. So
Oh, well, we're so grateful for you. You know, the chamber, this is our 111th year, and we're
that's amazing.
part of the fabric of this community, and we're so excited to again watch everybody succeed. That's what we're here for, to help everybody at their own level,
Yeah,
whether it's a business, a nonprofit, if a new resident, just make sure that they're comfortable. We all call this place home, and we want people to remember.
absolutely.
So thank you for joining us this morning. We
Well, thank you
appreciate it.
guys so much. Yes, please keep in touch.
We will. We will.
All right, happy summer.
Happy summer to
All
you.
right, bye bye.
Hopefully, we see you soon.
See you soon.
So, speaking of some things that we're doing, April 3rd, I am very excited because I am back. I think this is my fourth year of Ocean County College sink or swim competition. I am a shark judge. Very excited.
Yes.
This is something that we do with the high school students. They come to the college, they create teams, and they pitch a business product or service, and they get awards for it. They get some prizes for it, but they put a lot of time and energy into it, and they pitch like a pro. So it's very hard to make these decisions. We have some pretty big, uh, discussions, sidebar panels. But I just want to give a shout out to my fellow sharks. Mark Mutter, he's the Ocean County law professor. Jim Hadley, he is the Ocean County College accounting professor. I have Anne Marie Baker, she's vice president of Design 446, and Steve Vetter, owner of Burger 25. So we're all going to be at the college April 3rd. And I want to wish all the teams from Ocean County the best of luck. And we're so looking forward to hearing what these students, these bright young entrepreneurs, have to give to our community. Because it's really all about learning and explaining and mentoring. And I'm just so honored to be a part of it again, and really appreciate all the work the Ocean County College team is doing to keep it going. So excited about that. And before we sign off, remember, April 2nd, our spring nonprofit forum. You're going to learn about the South Jersey Wealth Transfer and options for nonprofit support on April 2nd at our Stockton Manahawkin event. We're going to have Andy Frazier. He's the executive director of the Community Foundation of South Jersey. He is a leader in the nonprofit space. The Community Foundation serves the 8 southern county regions. Ocean County is, I guess, the farthest north, but we are included in with that. And it's all about trying to work with our local philanthropists, nonprofits, and neighbors to build capital and to create impactful endowments. Andy's going to speak about the essentials of planned giving, how to get it started, the opportunity of that South Jersey wealth transfer. In Ocean County, during the next 5 years, $12 billion in assets are going to go from one generation to the next. While much of this is going to the heirs, there is going to be some generous individuals and families that maybe want to give back to the communities that they love so much. And we're going to talk to the nonprofits and community leaders, maybe how to talk about that untapped resource and what it could mean to keeping organizations, nonprofit institutions locally going until, 2030 and beyond. So for over a decade, we have presented these nonprofit forums. They are completely free. They were created to engage local nonprofit organizations that serve not only Southern Ocean County, but the coastal communities. The event is scheduled to begin at 10 a.m. Stockton Manahawkin campus is at 712 East Bay Avenue. There is no fee to attend, but you do have to RSVP to kate@sochamber.com or call the chamber at 609-494-7211. Anybody that receives a grant from Ocean County Culture and Heritage Commission, they will receive credits for attending. This nonprofit forum is presented by the Southern Ocean County Chamber of Commerce, the Southern Ocean Chamber Association, the Stockton University Manahawkin campus, and the Ocean County Culture and Heritage Commission. So start the month with the program focused on organizational sustainability. This planned giving strategy is something that could apply to all of our local nonprofits, whether you're staffed, whether you're a volunteer, whether you're a school, whether you're a social organization. Think about it. Make your plan to come April 2nd, 10 a.m. Contact the chamber to RSVP. It's about an hour. You get to network as well as better understand some of these strategies that are going to be really going to make a difference moving on as we finish out 2025 and go into, I can't even say 2026 already, but that's what we're talking about and beyond. So please go to visit lbiregion.com, find out everything that's going on. We have a ton of events that are scheduled. Really excited to be bringing them to our businesses and to our, our local consumers. Again, we have our new Southern Ocean Chamber strategic marketing program. If businesses want to find out more about that, contact the chamber, as well as several other events coming up as we head into April. So have a great rest of the week, and we will talk to you soon.